everyone, welcome to Arsikei, useful phrases for presentation in English for effective structure and linking. First, introduction. For example, good morning or good afternoon everyone and welcome to my presentation. First of all, let me thank you all for coming here today. Or let me start by saying a few words about my own background. Or, as you can see on the screen, our topic today is blah blah blah. My talk is particularly relevant to those of you who blah blah blah. This talk is designed to act as a springboard for discussion. Or, this morning or this afternoon, I'm going to take a look at the recent developments in blah blah blah. Second, about presentation structure. In my presentation, I'll focus on three major issues. This presentation is structured as follows, blah blah blah. The subject can be looked at under the following headings of blah blah blah. We can break this area down into the following fields. Timing. It will take about X minutes to cover these issues. And what about handouts? Does everybody have a handout or copy of my report? Or I'll be handing out copies of the slides at the end of my talk. Or I can email the PowerPoint presentation to anyone who would like it. Or don't worry about taking notes. I've put all the relevant statistics on a handout for you. And what about the questions? If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Or, if you don't mind, I'd like to leave questions until the end of my talk. Or, there will be time for a question and ask session at the end. Sequencing phrases. My first point concerns about blah blah blah. First of all, I'd like to give you an overview of blah blah blah. Next, I'll focus on blah 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 and then we'll consider that blah blah blah. Then I'll go on to highlight what I see as the main points of blah blah blah. Or finally, I'd like to address the problem of. Or finally, I'd like to raise briefly the issue of blah blah blah. Highlighting information. I'd like to put the situation into some kind of perspective. Or I'd like to discuss in more depth the implications of blah blah blah. Or I'd like to make more detailed recommendations regarding to blah blah blah. I'd like you to think about the significance of this figure here. Or whichever way you look at it, the underlying trend is clear. Last is about conclusion. I'd just like to finish with the words of a famous scientist, for example, or politician, or an author. Now, let's go out and create opportunities for blah blah blah. Thank you.